Hey everybody, Bobby Sapphire here with thehyperloops.com, bringing you the definitive how-to draft on Tabletop Simulator video. I don't usually make how-to videos, but I'm very passionate about Destiny Draft, specifically the Rival set that just came out. If you haven't tried it yet, it's a really, really fun format. Luckily, thanks to Ice Cobra, the guy who designs the Destiny mod for Tabletop Simulator, Rivals is now live on TTS. And I did my first draft today. And I've been thinking about it a lot and sort of troubleshooting, getting ready to make this kind of video. So I'm hoping that this is really helpful. If you don't have TTS downloaded and installed, please check out Tiny Grimes' YouTube channel, youtube.com/tinygrimes. He has an installation video. If you look up the TTS Star Wars Destiny mod, they have a how-to video. And then if you're interested in finding out how to use TTS really fluently, please check out youtube.com/thehyperloops. We have a how-to video with a lot of tips and tricks, and we have a lot of gameplay videos. But I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. I want to get to how to do this. So the most important thing once you have TTS all installed, you're ready to go, you're familiar, is there's a link at the bottom of the screen there, Star Wars swdestiny.dutchresearch.nl with the /. The / isn't necessary. Just copy pasted that way. And as you can see on the screen, it's a booster pack generator. Legacies isn't in here yet. I assume someone will do it at some point. Hopefully. Hopefully that happens soon. So what we want to do is figure out exactly how many packs we want of each thing. And there's a couple ways to do it. We want to do a draft, so one booster per stack. You'll see when we actually export. For a 6-player draft, each player needs 2 packs of each booster. I prefer the 2 Awakenings, 2 Spirit Rebellion, 2 Empire War. You can do whatever you want. You need 36 packs to do a 6-person draft. So if you want to do 36 Awakenings boosters, you can do that and hit generate. And I guess we could let's just do the 12, 12, 12 because I think that's just the way I prefer it. So we don't want to sort by anything other than the pack, so we can see what this looks like. So we hit generate, and it's going to generate us 36 packs. And in general, when I've done this and I've sort of set up a bunch of things to do a bunch of drafts, I don't try and look at what's going on down here because I don't want to know. Not that I think I would remember what 36 packs would line up as, but I just would rather not know. So what's cool is they have all the boosters. So they have booster 20 of SOR, and you can see that the rare is Imperial Discipline, and number 19 has Aura Sing, and 18 has the Delta Interceptor. So it goes all the way down, and it created us 36 packs. It goes to 35 because it starts at 0. And one thing that the game does, this website does really well, it also gives you a share this draft HTML. And you can, so as you can see, I set up some bags in TTS with 25 of each booster. I did this so that I would have these ready to go all weekend. If people wanted to draft, I could say, well, I already have 25, 25, 25 set up. We don't need all 25, so we pick numbers, whatever. This is a verification link that lets everyone see what was in all the packs in case someone feels there's something shady going on. I don't foresee that happening too often because I think most of the time we're going to be drafting with people we like and trust. So it's still good to save the verification link. Notepad's kind of crashing on me, so don't save. So what we want to do is we want to take this link, Control-C to copy it. I'll open back Notepad and I'll paste it here. And I would just label it something like, I don't know why Notepad's giving me so many problems, but I would just label it, 1222 draft, whatever it is. I don't know why Notepad is crashing. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, let's forget about that. But save this link because it's really upstanding to just be able to send it to everyone in the draft. Be like, hey, this is the link to the pack, so you know that what I did was on the up and up. So like I said, you can split it up any way you want. You want to do 36, you want to do 18 and 18, you want to have an 8-person draft, you need to add 6 more packs. You do that. And whatever you do, the next thing you want to click is export to TTS. And this is, this is the great thing. So as you can see, it extracts it to exports it to a JSON file. So we want to click on this in our browser and do show in folder. And because it'll go to boosters.json every single time, it's really important that you 6-person draft 1222. I'm recording this on December 22nd. So we want to name it that so that we just have it all set. So what we're going to do is right click and cut. And I don't know if you know how to get to the saved objects file. My computer hates me right now. But you want to go to Documents and My Games. Tabletop Simulator. Saves. And then Saved Objects. And then I actually have a further folder. Man, I actually have like a really nice desktop computer. I don't know why it's doing this. With draft packs. I set up my own draft folder, but as you can see, like this has all the decks that I'm working on. And I already did, this is my draft from earlier. So draft packs. And as you can see, I have the 25 SOR packs. The Rivals pack is already saved, which I'll get to. Empire War Awakenings. And I saved all Destiny cards and extra empty bags just in case. So I'm going to paste in 6-person draft 1222. And that's all we need out of the draft simulator, the pack simulator. It's all done. So I'm going to exit out, especially since my computer's being weird. But that link is on the bottom. Again, I'm leaving that up for the whole video. And I'll also, I should say, have everything here in text form. I'm going to have my entire outline that I'm following while I'm doing this video. And you'll be able to use it. You can like print it out or have it up on your screen when you do your first couple drafts if you need to get acclimated to it. So we want to create a table. We're going to do multiplayer. We're going to do name it Rivals Draft, or obviously you can name it whatever you want. You could do 2 ways if you were just like hoping to find people wandering in, because you can draft with as few as 4 people and it's fine, because you just round robin the 3 games. I wouldn't leave a password up if you were like, please join my draft. But because I don't want people coming in while I'm doing this, I'm just going to label it video content password. So I'm going to create the server and then like 6 people, obviously, because that's how many people I want. And I think, especially if you're doing a draft where you're hoping people wander in and want to join your draft, I think that's a possibility once draft gets really popular and more people have acclimated to it. People like being like, hey, I'm going to look for a draft, just like we go on TTS looking for a game. I really think that it's possible that we can just look for a draft. So I find it important to load the Star Wars Destiny table first, because when you load up when you're trying to join a server, most people sort by game, and then they'll be able to find Star Wars Destiny and they'll be able to find you. But we don't need to do anything in here. What we want to do is click on Objects and then Tables. And we have all these different tables here. And while the octagon makes a lot of sense, the hexagon makes less sense, these tables are actually fairly small. So I prefer the rectangle table. And what we want to do is some of these components can't be deleted. Like these bags can't be deleted. But this, the menu to play can be deleted. And these tokens can't be manipulated in any way. But we can take this and move this stack out of the way. And then otherwise, we're just okay. So I don't even think there's a red player. So what we do is we change color. Okay, there is. And this table, this rectangle table, has 8 different colors. 8 different color players. Normally I would choose purple, but I don't want to interfere with these tokens over here. I feel like they'll get in my way. It's really important that no one is the black player, because the black player can see all hidden game information. So whoever's playing as the black player would be able to see everyone's packs and hands. So just because we want to go around the table a little while we do this, we're going to start with the yellow player. So we're Bobby Sapphire, we're yellow. And what we want to do to start is I want to go into my draft packs folder. And then what we just did was a 6-person draft. So it's 36. It's 36 booster bags because there's 36 packs in here. And if you start pulling them out, as you can see, if we did this by, so we have 6 here. And these are the 6 EAW. And the next ones we should pull out are the SOR. Oh, no, they did it by 10. So, okay, let's do this. I'm not sure why that card back isn't loading. So as you can see, we have 12 Empire at War packs here. And we're making draft packs. So if you haven't checked out the draft rules, I highly recommend you do that. Because what we do when we draft is, so then we'll see, these are the SOR packs. So what we do is we combine 3 packs to create one mega 15 card pack. And then you do it again to make another 15 card pack. And you'll end up with 2 15 card packs that each player will, quote unquote, open. And so this is the Awakenings ones. And you select one card out of the 15 and you pass it to your left. You receive a pack from your right, and you continue to take one card at a time until the entire pack has been distributed. And then you take a minute to, or however much time your table decides on. Take a minute or two to look over everything you've drafted. So this bag's empty now. You see 0. So we're just gonna move it off to the side because we'll need some bags later. I'll put it over here. And then once, so here's what we do. We're gonna take 2 packs. Each player would take 2, and probably keep it. So you have to be careful not to put it in the hand. And to be honest, normally I wouldn't distribute them like this. I just wanted you to see how these things come out of the bag. But we're all going to have 2 15 card packs. And so since we're starting with yellow, I'll take this bag. I might have a bag over here to keep my other booster in, so it just doesn't get confused. You can really sort it out any way you want, and you can do things like I never use these things, but you can draw a line and be like, all right, this is my area, and this is when I'm done, and this is where I want you to put the pack when you give it to me. But you can do all sorts of things like that. And there's 2 ways you can look at how you want to draft your stuff. You can right-click and search, and this puts every card just off to the side and in front of you. I actually like to do it this way just because I like to be able to see everything at once. All right, well here's my rare cards. I've got Vader's TIE Advanced. Is it not letting me move it? I've got Akbar, and where's my other dice card? Oh, Lower Power. So I've got these 3 down here, and I can kind of look and see, all right, what do I want to take in this pack? Double bolt hole. It seems unlikely, but the pack simulator isn't perfect. But so we have to decide, a 9-point or less character is really good in draft, so we might not take Admiral Akbar. Vader's TIE is expensive, but vehicles are super good in draft. So we're going to put this in our area. It comes up face down. And what we want to do is we want to keep this in our area somewhere. What we don't want to do is put things in a bag one at a time, because then if you put them in one at a time, they'll come out one at a time. So it's really important when you're going to put things in a bag that you make a stack. So we're done with our pack. We're going to move it to this area. This player is going to take a random card, put it in their hand. All right, let's just say they drafted this card. And then they're going to put it in this area. And obviously my art's very crude, and you don't even need to make these areas. It just helps. And then when we are good, so we're going to take this one, and we're going to take another card. So I'm looking through this pack. There's a Kanan. Obviously, we just took one random card out of here. There's a Baze. And there's a Force Training. So obviously these 3 cards wouldn't be available. One person would have taken one of these dice cards. Kanan's insane. We already took a blue legendary. So we're going to put Kanan over here with our other card. And then this player would have already taken this pack from us. And we're going to move this to our done. You can take that. So just to kind of go around the table, I'm just going to skip orange because whatever. We're the red player now. This pack is off to the side. This was our first pack. We took a card. Sure, we'll take the hero. Oh, we'll take Ahsoka. Ahsoka seems great. So we're going to put her in our drafted pile, wherever we decide to do that. Again, I think it's really easy to have these line areas. It's just if we make this red, and here's where we want our packs done, and this is when we're done. So we can put this here. And then when we're done with this pack, we can move it to the side. Our pack is over here. It's like this is our second pack. Again, we'd probably get a bag just so that pile wouldn't get confused. I think it's really good to just like take things and keep them in bags. And, you know, here's our pack. And this is like our deck right here. And then we can take the second card. And so this is the other way you can do it. So there's 14 cards in this pile. So to pick up, to like draw cards when you have you just put your hand over a pile. And so if I type in 14, 1-4 real fast, it'll pick them all up and they'll put them in my hand. And you can scan through this. I don't like this one as much. I know some people prefer it. I just like to see it all at once. I don't like when there's 15 cards in the pack. It's really hard to see. So this little thing down the bottom, wherever I go, that hand follows me. To disable that, you can hit H and then just worry about, you know, the regular hand view. This is where the cards actually are. And this just gets a little wonky when you're trying to get 14 cards out of your hand, but you can draw a box around them, highlight them, hit G to group them, flip them, and put them back. And we'll just say we drafted the Akbar because we're trying to make a sick Ahsoka Akbar deck. And then we move this over to, oh, sorry, this is our deck. The player to our right took that. We pass it there. And we can be the white player and do it again. And just continually do this all around the table until all the packs are done. And again, we can draw a little box. And then we just have our area, and it's really, really easy to keep things sorted. So that's how you draft. I don't know if it seems daunting, but having done it once, it doesn't feel daunting at all. It's just keeping things organized. It's just like being at a regular table. The only thing I would do is make sure you don't mix up your piles. So having a deck bag, putting it over on the railing here, keeping it away from the railing where your hand is so it doesn't accidentally, so things don't end up in your hand, is really great. So after we have our deck, and we'll just take, 30 random cards. We're the white player. So we've got 30 cards here drafted. Next, I'm going to go to my saved objects, and I'm going to go to my draft packs, and I'm going to get the Rivals pack. And what I did was, I just have this saved, so anyone I'm drafting with, here's your draft pack, guys. You have all your Rivals. We want to take this, we want to put it in our area. And this is kind of one of the funky things that the mod can do that I really like. So you have to get it pretty low when you do this, but you want to hit F4, and it comes up with the zone, and you want to click on hidden. And it's really important to not make your zone, like you have to make it kind of wide so it doesn't, oh man, I feel like it's too high. So that is a hidden zone. I'm worried about that. Okay. I want to get our pointer back. And so what this does is this lets us have a hidden area where people can't see what we're doing. So we can flip over the Rivals pack, and we can flip over our pack, and we can make more room. Oh, we got a Y-Wing. And then we just start, you make piles. So we're going through, we're going to play On the Hunt, we're going to play Aura Sing, and you just make your character pile. And really, this is just your deck area. You can just build however, you build your deck. We get this really sick Delta 7 Interceptor. Don't sleep on it in draft. It's really strong, as is any vehicle with 2 and 3 damage sides. So the important part is that once we have our deck, we, I guess we want to get our characters out. So we're Aura Sing. She's what, 14? So then we'll have Anakin and a Jawa. That would be a sweet 30-point team. We're going to draw a line around them. Oop, it's 4 here. And then we'll get our battlefield out. We'll just play on the dry fields because they're super dry. And then what we want to do is we want to have another bag. So we go to the deck bag, we put it here. Going to name this. So you right click and go to where it says, deck bag, Bobby's deck. And you probably want to, let's do Bobby's, we'll do BS draft December 22. We get our pack together. You can highlight, hit G. It's important not to put these things in one at a time, because if you put them in one at a time, when you pull them out, they'll only be in there one at a time. So we have the bag here. We want to save object. We want to select, whatever folder we want, draft packs, BS draft, December 22, save. And then before you close out, you really want to load it. Load it once, make sure it's there, because once you leave, you're not going to have it anymore. And and you obviously want to have, so good thing I did that, because I caught, these are all the cards that I didn't play with. So we'll put those at the bottom of the bag. And then we have our 4 cards, so we don't get it mixed up. We put our characters next, so we don't get it mixed up with our main deck. And we save it. We save it, and saved objects, draft packs. And then we search, and we can see, here's the pile of stuff we used. Here's our characters in Battlefield. Here's the pile of stuff we didn't use. And now we're ready to play. So that's it. I thought this video would be a lot longer, but that's the crux of it. You go to Objects, Tables, you select the rectangle table. Everyone gets a color, and you just set up your area. And then if you can see, if we go to purple, as you can see the lines, but now you can't see any of the stuff that was in that box. So everything I was doing was completely hidden, because if we go back to the white player, then all our stuff's still there. So it's really cool, and everyone can be in the table doing this. And you can, the one thing that TTS doesn't have is, it does have a mod where, you can have 4 games on at once. It's really glitchy. I don't recommend it. It's called the tournament mod. But we can just go to games and load the Destiny mod. And, you can host a game for your friends. So we're 3 characters. Our opponent is 2 characters for some reason. Go to saved objects. We go to draft packs. BS draft. We've got our reserve deck here. We've got the dry fields. They're so dry. We've got Aura. We've got a Jawa. As you can see, the dice spawn just fine. And Anakin. Oh, we got our weapon in our opening hand. We're ready, and a tinker for the resource. We're ready to go. This deck is sweet. We're gonna win. We're gonna crush. We've got Aura Sing. How could we not? So that's really it. Like I said, I'm going to post all of these notes in a Google Doc file. I'm gonna link it in the video, and I'll post this on the hyperloops.com. There's a limited channel in the Knights of Ren Discord I've been hanging out in a lot. You can find games on that Discord. There's people always ready to play at the Artificery Discord. I know that the people in our private Hyperloops channel are super excited to draft. I actually have a draft scheduled in about 25 minutes once I have this video uploaded and everything. So I'm really excited about that. Super easy. It's super easy. You just have to break up into rooms and play your games and communicate some way. I highly recommend Discord. That's where a lot of people are. Discord also gives you a chat function. And yeah, so the main thing is having just being organized, and you could be that guy in your group that's super organized, or you could be that guy in your group that knows that there's someone else that's super organized. I tend to be that guy who's super organized. So I like having this folder. When we draft tonight, I'm going to just pull out my 25 packs of each thing. I'm going to have all my friends pick numbers, and then I'll give them whatever number it is. So this is like pack 22. There's pack 23, but they're in order, so I want people to pick random numbers. And I'll have people pick my numbers, and I'll send everyone the draft link, and we're going to have a blast. So that was how to draft on TTS. It's super simple. You just need to have the TTS installed, the TTS mod installed, the Destiny mod, and know to go to tables and get that rectangle table going. And you can even play on the rectangle if you really want. But there's a lot of glitches to that, so I don't recommend it too highly. So that's it. This is Bobby Sapphire with the Hyperloops. If you have any questions, please find me on Facebook or in the Discord channels. Send me an email at thehyperloops@gmail.com. Leave a comment to this video. If there's anything I can do to help you draft on TTS, I will help you. I'm really excited about this. This is like a huge boon for our game. It's gonna change Destiny. I'm very excited. I think a lot of people are excited too. If draft isn't your thing, I hope you give it a try. Thanks very much for watching. I hope I did not forget anything. And please check us out at thehyperloops.com, especially if you're into special acrylic tokens, because we do that. All right. Check you next time on the Hyperloops. Thanks again.